Hello, Aries. How are you? Today is January 28th, and I'm here to do your reading for the week. The big change compared to the last time that we spoke is that Venus is now in Pisces. Venus in Pisces is very romantic, like loves love, the fairy tale, wants to save the planet, save the puppies, believes in love at first sight, happy ever after. So that's kind of the Venusian energy right now. Now, this is a pretty quiet week, astrologically speaking. There's a couple days towards the end of the week, like February 3rd and 4th, where there's some dispute-oriented transits. The Sun square Uranus, and Venus actually gets into a fight with Mars at the end of the week. So that can mean some disappointment, or somebody says something. You may have, like, somebody starts a fight that kind of like breaks your illusion of romantic perfection, right? Harsh words like kill the mood kind of energy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the overall energy for Aries watching this video. The week of January 28th, 2023. This January was long, no? Finally over. Overall energy for Aries watching this video for January 28th, 2023. Okay, so we have 3. Goodness. All right, busy. So diligence, opportunity, and openness. Okay, so sorry about that. My center, not your center. So you may get communications, or there may have been an opportunity that's presented itself in the last month. You may have, thanks to these retrogrades, been like, hey, you know what? I never thought of that. Or what if I tried this? And before you dismiss it, if it's like an idea from the past, or some way about how you can shift your future, right? Like there might be an element of the past. The past is influencing how you take shape in your future. Maybe there's like things you don't want to go back and do. And so there's an opportunity to rewrite it, like take one element from the past, but shift it up and reshape it for the future. And, so these are all like sky things, right? Here we've got these 2 moons here, a new moon, a full moon. So like something coming to a close. That's why I say it may have been like an idea from the past, something that you thought was over, something that may have ended. But actually, if you look at it in a new way, look at it from the ground, like what if I did this? That there could be something possibility. And you see how these kind of like get lower and lower, like So some sort of idea that may have come to you that is starting to ground and take shape. And so now it's time to do the due diligence, right? Like, is it possible? Who would I have to talk to? Like, what would it require in order to make this happen? Sort of dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Now, I'm going to just read the diligence one because that was the first one that I saw. Okay, so it says, there are times in life to step forward and take risks. There are other times to be patient, step carefully and slowly, and know that benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is not the time for instant gratification. Your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is the time for deliberate organization, and this has been coming up like in so many of the readings that I did in the the I Ching readings, which, by the way, if you asked for one, I put a link in where you asked for it, and your name, it's an unlisted video, so you won't find it on the channel. Just go back to your original comment. But there were so many things that talked about taking the time to go through each step. We're Aries. We like to jump, act first, think later. Just go for it. But there's some sort of opportunity that we have that could be amazing. And you see the potential in it already, but it is not a wing it and see what happens situation. It's actually something that you have to prepare for, right? The due diligence. Like when you want to invest in a company, you don't just see the presentation from the people and they're like, awesome. You ask for all their financials. You ask for the vendors that they're working for. You ask for all their business plans. You call in outside experts to say, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What would you do if you were in my situation, right? And so where does this fit into our portfolio of properties and stuff like that? So to really, whatever opportunity that has come up that you've realized as a result of this Mars and Mercury retrograde, that you may have discovered at the full moon, at the new moon, you may be about to see it at the next full moon. There is an opportunity for you, but don't throw your full energy, the full weight of the Aries energy at taking the steps. Throw the full weight of the Aries energy at doing your homework, right? Like, I need to know everything about this opportunity before I take a step forward. Like, what are we talking about? Who's involved? What's it gonna, what are the possibilities? Who are the players? Does anyone know about this? Do your homework right now. That's we're going to use this time, especially since Mars is still in Gemini, to do the mental groundwork. Not necessarily time to take steps towards it yet, but definitely time to take steps towards a new idea. Okay. The challenge energy is Eight of Swords. Now this one talks about guilt, but it's really overthinking, right? Like worry, but what if, or, it's letting these, and look at these really creepy, I always use this deck for the negative energy because the images, they just are so, sometimes I can't look at them too long. Look at those hands crawling all over her forehead. This is not be very careful about overthinking. Now, what will kill the overthink? Take all that mental energy and put it in doing the homework, right? Instead of worrying about oh my God, this isn't going to work out, or what if it works out, or trying to make predictions, or trying to be what should I do? Study, investigate, ask, discover, go through the process of collecting facts as opposed to letting your mind make its mind up before it has all the information. Let's see the lesson here. Can I get the lesson for the Aries? Looking at this video for the week of January 28th, please. Okay. Again. By the book, right? So this is in order, single file, one step at a time, doing things the way that they're supposed to do. This is not, if you're feeling tempted to shortcut, skip steps, don't. Make sure, this is one of those, do the homework now because the payout's going to be big. But if you run too fast or move too fast, it could implode, right? Elephants don't move quickly, but they move with power, right? That each step is plotted forth and they get to their destination, it just takes time, and it takes a team. They usually, except for the males, in Must, they move as a unit, as a group. So, involve who you need to be involved with in order to figure out what the next steps are, who you want on your team, who you want to be surrounded by, who you want to take this next step with. But move slowly and carefully and consciously towards a destination, as opposed to just like trying to run towards things. Let's get 3 cards here. The other thing is, like, I'm looking at this openness, this idea of being open. This person is very closed. So it's really about opening your mind to the possibilities. And the possibilities, there may be more possibilities that come out, more realistic possibilities and more correct possibilities for you. When you do the work, when you take the steps. Is this? Okay, that's... These are ups. All right, well, my deck knows I don't do reversal, so... all right, what do we have here? Justice, right? See both sides, weigh up the information, think things through. Another 11, 2 11s here. Two more cards, please, for Aries. Okay, what do we have here? Death. Okay. Steps forward, moving towards something new. One more, please. And this talks about, transformation. And moving into a new direction. So like I said, I think there's something from the past, just coming off of the astrology, something that came up from the past that has an opportunity to be transformed if you think it through. It can be transformed into something new if you study it properly, right? If you are open to what the opportunities could be. And there it is. There's the newness, right? So I'm going to move these in different because... So you have the Justice card, the weighing up, the understanding, the Death card, right? The transformation, turning the old into something new, crossing into new territory, moving slowly, right? He's not there yet, but he's walking away from something that he left in the past, but bringing something with him, right? So what are you going to take forward? And you see there's that wand there again. What flag from the past can you bring forward, but transform into something new as you cross over that threshold? That was the word I was looking for. You cross over a threshold into a brand new chapter, and planning. But first there is work. So there's sort of 3 steps here, right? Like I said, figuring out what it is, maybe come to being open to the revelation that there is an opportunity that you could start something new, right? Full moon, new moon, death, rebirth. But I love that. They're all the same cards, basically. But doing your due diligence, think it through. And see, there's that openness to be willing to look at it from a higher perspective, gain knowledge, like surveying the land, weighing up the decisions, deciding which is the most balanced, healthy, fair way to move forward. And then doing so with all your ducks in a row, or your elephants in a row, step by step, one movement at a time. Now I'm going to get 2 cards for advice here. First, from the deck I use for Pisces, since we have Venus and Neptune in Pisces. And that's kind of a closed circle, right? And Venus is ruling Uranus and the North Node right now. So, okay. All right, so this has two questions here. So the first is, ooh, nice. All right. So the ever unfolding rose cracked open. This is the second time we get that word open here, right? It's happening for you, not to you, right? So whatever loss, whatever movement forward that you have that may be causing you stress and anxiety, it's not actually. It's just giving you an opportunity to move forward, to transform something. But the seed to become the tree must die. It must change its form. So there's definitely some sort of change that's happening in your life, not to stress about, because it's happening for you. Just be open to seeing the information from a different perspective and to doing the work, the mental work, to see what the opportunity is. And then there's this other interesting one, mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Let me just read that one. The other one was pretty clear. Oh, this is the one that doesn't, I hate these decks when they don't put proper page numbers or ways you can identify them. Okay, where is the mirror? Page 44. 44, which is an 8. Okay. Finally. Okay, the filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about the life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you, here we go, to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you, and what could they be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you, or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? Yes. So what, and here it says, what part of you longs to be witnessed? So that's a rather deep sort of soul searching question. So some of you may have an opportunity that's in the physical. Some of you may have a spiritual opportunity, right? And in order to face it or go through it, the diligence is going through this triggering process, right? In order to open yourself into something else, to break you out of your current mental confines, to create newness for you, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. Now let's get one more card here. Okay. Can I get one card of advice for Aries, week of January 28th, please? It's all about multiples today. Multiple options, oh my God, threes. Everything's coming in threes. I'm not reading all three of these, but so number 6, we have a revelation, the angel Amitiel and blue obsidian. Then we have number 5, individuality, Angel Yahel and Labradorite. I love Labradorite. It's such a creative stone. If you are in the process, it's very powerful though. Sometimes I found it to be really overwhelming. But if you are like stuck creatively, Labradorite is amazing. If you're also doing a lot of spiritual work, Labradorite is amazing. And then we have 22, the Ascended Master Hilarion and green chrysoprase. So these two are are both 5th chakra stones, right? So working on expression. And the labradorite helps with sort of channeling creative ideas or connecting with a higher power. All right, so which one do we want to read? I'm going to read the first one, the Revelation. So, okay, Revelation. So that's kind of like the the opportunity being seen, the openness to it. Discernment is the diligence that we were talking about, doing your due diligence, and then the individuality, like helping you, the process of turning you into like, not turning you into, but helping you evolve into a new form of yourself. So actually, I'm going to read a little bit of the Revelation and a little bit of this one. So, and there are 5 and a 6. So let's start with the 6. Oh, and together they make an 11. Together they make an 11, and that's a 22. So this is like, it's all adding up, right? And then we have 2 other 11s here. We have the 8s that added up, but it's like the sum of the parts, right? And that's the 3, because we have the 2 4s, which equal the 8 here. So everything is kind of laddering up to something great, but it's a matter of collecting the pieces and putting them together. Okay, so this one says, we bring you the gift of revelation. There are times when not knowing is helpful. During such times, you develop unconditional trust in the universe. That trust will then support you in living your life according to your personal truths. You need a lot of trust in yourself and in life to live with such courage. Okay, I'm going to skip forward. So, however, there are other times when it's more helpful to know, to understand, to see. A particular truth will help you gain perspective, let go of the past, heal a wound, and feel safer, feel more loved, more empowered, and ready for the next step on your life journey. This is one of those times. We bring you the helpful gift of revelation now because you are ready to know a deeper truth. Amazing. So that's that, like, also openness to seeing it, right? And then let's get this 5 one. Here, we bring you the gift of individuality. As you receive our gift, you will feel safe enough to enjoy the aspects of yourself that truly make you unique. From particular interests to your way of expressing yourself to what excites and inspires your spirit, your individuality is the way the divine wishes to manifest itself through you this lifetime. The key to your divine purpose is to know who you are and to love and accept that self so you allow natural development and expression in the world to take place. As you accept your individuality, you will understand how natural it is for you to fulfill your life purpose and divine destiny. You will instinctively gravitate towards people, places, and energies that support you in being your bright, true spirit, right? And that's kind of what we talked about here. And now going through the process of finding who those people are. You'll grow and express yourself more freely and authentically, and the divine light within shall shine brighter without a veil of fear, confusion, or shame obscuring it. You have no need to compare yourself to any other. You are a unique child of the universe with your own special path and destiny to fulfill, right? And both of these talk about that unique special path, right? And kind of figuring out what it is right now, and who are the people that can be with you, who are your tribe, who are the people you want to take with you on this journey. So like summing, that's not a verb, summing up. If you're in your head about something, or if like something's really triggering you, that's where you want to focus your attention, right? Because it's a clue. The universe is trying to wake you up to some sort of developmental opportunity. And it can be professional, spiritual, romantic, whatever. There is some opportunity around you that is not ready to be harvested right this second. You know, the process of the rose opening up is a process. But now is definitely the time you'll have like that inkling, right? The labradorite sends like an inkling of what it is. And doing the due diligence to say, okay, if I pursued that path, what would it look like? Who would I want around me? Who would I want to work with? Who are my support team? What are the brands I want to work on? What are the companies I want to work for? Where are the cities I want to live? Stuff like that. So really figuring out the elements, the individual elements that can ladder up to a whole new experience of you and how you express yourself. And right now, figuring out what needs to change, who are the people you want to bring with you, and what's the ultimate best next step without plunging in, but getting your elephants in a row so that you're able to move forward with strength, power, and conviction when the time is right, which I don't feel it's like particularly too far off. You know, again, the last reading was all about 4s. We got 2 4s here today. I think April is a big month. And I think that's really, you know, the 2 2s add up to a 4. So I feel like April is probably when things are really going to, right now is, you know, recon time. Who do we want to be associated with? Who are the right people? Who are the people we want to emulate? Who are the people we don't want to emulate? Who are the gurus that can help me get to where I am? What classes do I need to take? What place should I be living? Like, what are the elements that you need in your life right now to help you best express, because we got all this 5th chakra energy, to best express this brand new evolution of yourself. Okay? It's like deciding time. So gather those details, do your due diligence. And then when the time is right, which again, here's an 8, so half of the 8 is 4. I think it's going to be, it can also be like July, because 8 minus the 1 is 7, and 5, 6, 7 here. So April, July, I kind of feel like. Anyway, hope this was helpful. Wishing you a very good week. See you next time. Bye-bye.